talking about Abraham. Now let's talk about his wife Sarai and her maid. My name is Bukunlu Keke. Welcome back to Bible Story Retell. If this is your first time on this channel, here we solely focus on the biblical heroes from Genesis to Revelation, pointing out places in the scripture where Jesus had appeared or had been revealed to the prophets or biblical heroes in the scriptures before his birth in the book of Matthew. My Lord, I don't think I will be the one to bear your child. As it seems, God has closed my womb. Look, I am getting too old. My womb. My Lord, carry a child the streets. I think it's best we find someone young and vibrant to give you a child.
Sarah, don't speak in such a manner. God has promised to bless us with a seed, and I told you the many things God showed me. Let's keep believing, my Lord.
I believe that God will give me a child, maybe through someone else, my Lord. Oh, you know my Egyptian girl, Hagar. Isn't she pretty? Tell me, isn't she pretty? Why don't you take her in as the woman to bear your child? You know?
Sarah, you sure this is the appropriate step? I don't think this is the right decision to make, my darling. But if you are certain you are pleased with this decision, I am fine with it.
Hagar, come over here. My Lord, here she is. Yes, mistress. Oh, Mama Yankee, I say, your body don't wrinkle, represent. For Mama Yankee, I say, your body don't wrinkle, represent. Oh, Mama Yankee, I say, your body don't wrinkle, represent. Look at her. She's spiriting. For so long, nothing to show for it. Nothing.
What's the problem?
Oh, Abraham, it's your fault. Oh. It's your fault I'm in this predicament. What have I done to deserve all this insult and mockery? What exactly is my offense? That small girl I gave you, that small girl I allowed you to have a child with, now have their fortune because she is carrying your child. Have their fortune to insult me, and it is you I did all this for. It is you.
Sarah, my darling, you are still the mistress. If she disrespects you, handle the matter however seems pleasing to you. She's always under your authority, anytime, any day.
Hagar, this person me out. Come this way. I'm pregnant too. As you can see in that first clip, things didn't go as planned after making such decision. Follow me as I retell the story of Sarai and her maid. After 10 years of living in the land of Canaan, Sarai felt she had run out of time. She had become impatient as she watched herself age past her fertile years, losing all hope of ever conceiving. Thinking to herself, she reasoned it's best to make the fulfillment of the promised heir faster, as it seemed to her that she might have been the hindrance or problem. She asked her husband to lie with her Egyptian maid, Hagar, and make her his second wife or baby mama. Do you get what I mean? Sarah had concluded in her heart that God had stopped her from having children. Meanwhile, Hagar, being young, gave a higher chance for Abraham to have a child if he chose to agree to that suggestion of Sarai. Abraham, on the other hand, listened and followed her counsel. Shortly after, Hagar became pregnant and proud. Auntie Hagar, seeing that she had gotten pregnant, started dissing, mocking, and insulting Sarai. This happened for a while, but Sarai could no longer take such insults. She confronted her husband, stating it was his fault that Hagar had been insulting her. Abraham told Sarai to go ahead and discipline her, as she had the authority over Hagar. Sarai went ahead to discipline Hagar, which caused Hagar to run away from home. Whoop whoop! It's about to get interesting. After escaping from Sarai, heading nowhere but trying to get as far away as possible, Hagar journeyed out into the wilderness. An angel of the Lord found her in the wilderness by a fountain on the path to shore. Then the angel asked her where she was coming from and where she was heading to. Hagar answered by telling him she ran away from her mistress Sarai, but obviously she had known where she was going. The angel proceeded to ask her to go back to Sarai and humble herself under the authority of her mistress. Following the instruction, it told her that the blessings of innumerable seeds will be enjoyed by her. It gladly informed her that she would have a son who would be named Ishmael, because the Lord had heard her affliction. The kind of man Ishmael would grow up to become was also revealed to her, which was that of a wild man, ready to fight anyone who stood against him, and he would also be in defiance of all his brothers. After the angel was done speaking, Hagar, out of gratitude that she was still alive after seeing the angel, and the joyous news that she received, out of excitement, she called the name of God El Roy, meaning the God who sees. For context, that was why the well where she was found, located between Kadesh and Bered, was named Ber Lahai Roy. Hagar then returned to Sarai after this encounter. Hagar gave birth to a son when Abraham was 86 years old, named him Ishmael, and the story thus continues. In the next video, I'll tell you the concluding part of the covenant God made with Abraham. Please subscribe to be notified when it drops. Thank you very much for sticking around up to this point, looking through the story of Abraham. See you next time. Bye for now.